gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can't have thought of everything. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet. Got a little left, one little drop of falling rain, one little chance to try again, one little bird that makes it home now and then. One little piece of endless sky, one little taste of cherry pie, one little week in paradise, and I start thinking, welcome to Mike's Music Method. Come on in, everybody. We got a great one today. We are doing Gillian Welch's One Little Song. Gillian, how do you say it? And thank you to all my sponsors, but specifically today to Ulrich Vollmer. I don't know how to say your name, sorry. But thank you for the contribution and for getting me going on a Gillian tune. Gillian? I'm embarrassing myself. I don't know how to say names. I'm terrible with names. But here we go, Mike's Music Method. To all you sponsors, thank you so much. You make these videos possible. Here at Mike's Music Method, all the tabs are free to download. The videos are free. I have absolutely no content behind a paywall, which means go to mikesmusicmethod.com, get your free tab, but I'll pop them up here during the video. And what we're gonna do is a measure by measure breakdown. This song is not that complicated. It's Travis picked. If you find it too hard, jump over to the Travis picking playlist. But this is a fairly, you gotta know how to Travis pick a little bit, but you're gonna be able to do this. Capo is on the 2nd fret. I know I did it on the 4 to give you the little abridged demo at the beginning, but she does capo 2. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have a pretty good feel for that B minor bar chord. It's used quite a bit. That B minor going to the A minor is quite a tricky transition. So by the end of this video, you are gonna have that rock solid. So just know that. Otherwise, step-by-step, measure-by-measure breakdowns. Here we go. Always remember, timestamps are your best friends. They are down below the video. Once you get several measures down, jump to the end of the video where you can do a slow run-through and you can play along with me to speed, because I know when I'm doing all the little details, it's easy to get lost. So jump to the end of the video, play it slow. Also for you singers, I'm not gonna sing it until that part of the video later on, but then we will go through how to sing this song and play it together. Apologies, I'm a little under the weather. My church had their giant Greek food festival and I was volunteering there. And when I get loud and have to yell over music, I lose my voice very quickly. So I don't miss gigging in that regard. I was like hoarse every time before I performed. But anyway, here we go. We are gonna do it. Thank you, Ulrich. And let's do it without further ado. Boop! Mike's Music Method. Let's do this. We got capo on the 2nd fret. Remember, don't forget. And measure 1. We have a G chord, and all we need for a lot of this is just a ring finger, because we're never really playing that 5th string, so you don't even need to put that down. Give your hand, save it that pressure. And occasionally we do need the pinky on that high string, but a lot of the times we don't, so mostly I'm just playing that G chord like this. It's the first measure, really beautiful. This is a classic folk trick where we have our G chord, and we go to a C chord, but it's an inversion, so we keep the G in the bass, and we're just putting these two down. So I have a G chord just like this, and then I'm putting these two down as if I were playing a C chord, but this ring finger still stays on the 3rd fret of that low E string to make it a G. So I'm just moving those first 2 fingers, and it's called a C/G because it's still a C chord, still have the 3 notes in a C. C, E, G, E. We're just adding another G down here instead of another C. And it begins, we pinch on that G chord, we just play the thumb on 6, and then we pinch 4 and 2 with my thumb and middle. First half of the measure. 2nd half, I'm doing 6, 3, that's gonna be thumb, pointer. Then I pinch again, 4 and 2 with my thumb and middle. And after I do that, I pinch them both open, 4 and 2. I'm gonna hammer into that C chord. And just moving those 2 down, still letting that ring finger stay where it is. So let's practice that part. It's 6, 3, pinch 4, 2, and hammer. always recommend practicing is obsess for a while. Like really get that measure down before you move on to the next one. As slow as possible, as many times as possible. Do not practice it until you've actually learned it. And learning it means going tediously slow. You're teaching your fingers what to do. And if you're a beginner, learning it might take quite a while. I mean, you might be learning it for days before you can sit there and actually practice it as a complete unit. So keep that in mind. That's my practice tip right off the bat. Can you play it here for you? I shouldn't say trickier, but goofy in its own right here. So now we stay on that we hammered on from the first measure, and we're going to stay there. But I'm going to put my pinky down in a second. I'm going to play 6, 3, 4, 1. So I'm going to have to add my pinky at some point to that 3rd fret. I tend to wait till the last possible moment because that's a good habit to get into. Because sometimes you might be varying them up. So you want to get in the habit of only changing fingers right before the note comes. So we're doing 6 with our thumb, 3 with our pointer finger, then the thumb's on 4. 6, 3, 4, and then it's the 1st string. And you can do your middle finger or your ring. So 6, 3, 4, 1, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, or ring. And then we do 6, 3, 4, and then we do the 2nd string, but you're going to lift those 2 fingers because we're going back to a G chord. And she's just doing it a beat early, right? Anticipating that note B, because then we're right back into the G chord. So all of measure 2, nice and slow. And pardon my wandering eyes, I have to look at the tab, right? I don't have it memorized here. 3, 4. Lift it up a little bit slower, sorry. 3, 4. And then already she starts singing here in measure 3. We will do the singing at the end. I just want to focus on one thing at a time, and then we can tie in the lyrics later on. So measure 3. Very reminiscent of measure 1. We have the G chord, 6, pinch 4 and 2. Then it is 6, and then I put the C chord down and do 4, 2. 6, 4, 2. Put those 2 down. So 3, 4, 6, pinch, 6, put them down, 4, 2, 6, pinch, 6, 4, 2. Measure 4, very similar to measure 2. So we're in that C/G chord already, and we do 6, 3, 4, 2, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Then we do the same thing with the right hand, but we do thumb, pointer, thumb, then I lift the chord when I play that middle. So it goes back to the G again. 3, 4. Ulrich Wallmer. Measure 5, G chord, 6, pinch 4 and 2. 6, 3, 4, 1. And I put that pinky down to snag it there. So it's just a big G chord. 6, pinch 4 and 2. 6, 3, 4, 1. And for you newer players, I didn't really mention it, but this is Travis picked. I'm sure you've figured that out by now, which means my thumb is just always going back and forth between 2 bass notes, and then my other fingers are playing the melody. And that's the whole song. This is what she's doing. So we got measure 5. Then measure 6 here, we just stay on that G chord, and the pattern is 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Measure 7 is the same as measure 5. And then I think 6 is the same as 8. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So just to get your fingers moving and loose, let's play it from measure 5 really slow. 3, 4. And I'm just holding that pinky finger down. Lifting it, and then it gets to sing as well. I'm just keeping that pinky finger down. Making good progress, guys. Like I said, later on we will put in the lyrics with it, but let's get all this down first. Measure 9 is a D chord. Here we've got a little different thumb work, so it might trip you up at first. Our thumb here is doing 4, 3, 5, 4. All right, 4, 3, 5, 4, 4, 3, 5, 4. And I'll tell you why this is trippy, especially when you look at the tab. So the beginning is just thumb, thumb. And our thumb plays the 3rd string there, right? So 4, 3. But then watch this. Then our thumb goes to 5, and now our pointer finger hits the 3rd string. So that might trip you up. And this is really great playing. Doc Watson does this a lot too, to like an expert level, where his bass note then becomes a melody note a moment later, and it's really complicated playing. So this is actually a great way to start this learning this way, because she does it nice and easy. It's not that complicated. And it's just 5, 3. Then we do, 4, 3 with the thumb, and then 5 with the thumb, then 3 with our pointer finger, and then the thumb does 4. So we're shifting the thumb from here to here, then to here to here. I think you get the idea. I'm being long-winded. So 4, 3, then 5, 3, 4, 1. Thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, middle. At speed here, 3, 4. Really cool. Measure 10, same idea, but now we're just sticking with the thumb going back and forth between 5 and 4. So technically this chord is a D/A, right? The note A is up here. It's already in the D chord, but we're using that A as the bass note. And it just sounds a little more lopsided, and even though it's a major chord, it doesn't sound as like happy, which is the power of the inversion. It has like a different emotional quality than your regular major chord. So measure 10. We're just playing that D chord, and my right hand finger numbers are going to do 5th string, 2nd, 4th, 2nd. So 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Then we go back to that weird one and measure 11 here, where it's thumb on 4, 3, then it's 5, 3 with our pointer, 4, 2. So that measure nice and slow. 3, 4. And again, if you're an expert player, you can skip ahead a little quicker if you get these ideas. For you who are newer, take this slow. That's the wonders of YouTube. Pause it. I don't expect you to keep up with me if you're a beginner. You're going to have to play it 1,000 times before you move on. And that's fine. Don't feel like, oh, I'll never get this. That is the process. Trust it, okay? And if you get frustrated, comment down below. There are so many people that have learned from this channel, and they will encourage you if you get stuck. So many people, they know the power of going slow and steady and doing this, and you're going to see great leaps and bounds if you're playing, if you just obsess and you sit here and you learn this stuff. All right, so 12 is pretty darn close to whatever, 11 or 10, I mean. Here it's easier. I'm just doing 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. So the same as that previous measure, the ending of it. That's it, real slow. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Got it. Measure 13. We are still on this D chord, believe it or not. And it's a little pinch here. Here she does 5, pinch 4 and 2. 5, 3, 4, 2. So one more time. 3, 4, measure 13. Measure 14, back to that old pattern. 5, 3, 4, 2, thumb, pointer, thumb. But at the very end here, we lift up the chord, and you're going to play that 2nd string open. And again, it's anticipating the chord to come, which is a G, which contains that open, the B, right? A G has a note B in it. So measure 14 slow. 3, 4. And I'm just lifting the whole chord to bring it up to that G. So it's going to look like this. And I'm bringing it over there to get that G. Shaboom, the donation pitch. Guys, thank you so much. There's like well north of 100 people throwing in a little bit of coin every month, and you guys make this channel possible, and I want to thank you. And there's so many people out there who owe thanks to you, because you don't know how many emails I get. Just go read the comment sections below my videos, and you will get very encouraged that your donation is doing a lot of good work. So many people are writing me emails and commenting down below about how they never thought they'd be able to learn this kind of picking and learn this complicated of tunes. And it's Mike's music method that has brought them to this level of playing. So your donations make this possible. And for everyone who is consuming this content and not donating, please consider the value for value model. I know I say that the tabs are free and the videos are free, but they're not really free. They cost me a ridiculous amount of time. I have 3 children, and guess what? Guess what? God! I got a 4th on the way. Boom! So it's amazing. I'm a blessed man, but I'm also a busy man, and I teach for a living. I do private lessons, and just know that I don't know, some people think because I'm on YouTube that I'm making money or something, but I'll be honest, I make about $125 a month from the YouTube ad revenue, and I put how many hours into this channel, so it's really peanuts. So what I rely on is your support. And think of it this way, it's a value for value model. If you learn a song, what's that worth to you? Was it worth a couple guitar lessons? Maybe it's $40 a song, at least $10 a song, or monthly support. Instead of guitar lessons, some people are just consuming this content, and that might be like $150 worth of lessons every month, $100 worth of lessons. So what is a channel worth to you? Please consider. The honor system is like $10 a song, but again, it's kind of up to you guys. The more you donate, the more time I could pour into this. I would love to make this my full-time day job, and I could crank out all sorts of amazing content for you guys. Right now I'm trying to do 1 or 2 videos a week, but I'd love to do more and have more time to, you know, make it a little more professional, more time on editing, a little bit cleaner, get the tabs and all that looking better, but it is so time consuming. So just know your donations give me more time to crank out more videos, the value for value model, and me keeping it quote unquote free. It just reaches that many more people. There are so many people that can't prioritize music in their life right now, who don't have the money to prioritize music in their life, and just don't have the money at all to donate to Mike's Music Method. So it's your contribution that helps all these people out, even young kids without a job right now are learning from this channel, you know, teenagers, kids in school, etc. You get the idea. That's the pitch. Please kindly consider. Onward with the song. Measure 15, we know, back to a G chord. So it's 6, pinch 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So you guys are already getting the feel of it. We'll talk through the rest of them, but just also note that in the song, she is really winging it, right? The second verse, it's not the same picking as the first. She has her pattern, she has some variation, and she's a decent player, so she's just playing around with it, right? Or I shouldn't say she. Is Gillian playing the song, or is it her husband? Dude, whoever plays with her, I think it's her husband. Man, that guy is an unbelievable player. So I don't know if Gillian, I don't even know how to say her name. I think she plays as well, right? So this song's like a reasonable playing. That's not to say he's not playing it, but he is unbelievable, and he can really, that guy can pick and solo, and he's fantastic. Measure 16 though, let's keep going. 6, 3, 4, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2. So just going back and forth, same kind of idea. Back to the D chord for a second here. 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. So again, we're shifting where our thumb is. We're doing 4 to 3, and then our thumb moves up to do 5 and 4. 4, 3, 2. One more time. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, index, thumb, middle. So my pointer goes from the 2nd string to the 3rd string is what I'm trying to point out here. Slow. 3, 4, thumb, thumb, pointer, but on the 3rd string, and then thumb, middle. You've seen it before, but I know it's tricky, so I'm just getting it through to you. Here in 18, we have a little fill. It starts the same, 5, 3, 4, 2. But then we have this cool little part. We do 5, 3, and I lift the chord here. 5, 3, and then I walk the bass up, 2nd fret on the A string, 5, 3. So it's, and it goes up to the C. So you get that cool walk to imply the nice little bass line there. So all of measure 18, 3, 4, 3, 4. And I'm lifting the chord right when I get to that open. So it's the 3, 4, play the D. 5, lift the chord on that 3, and then walk it. One more time. 3, 4. Measure 19. I hope you're not getting lost. If you are, you can jump the very end of the song, timestamps. There are slow run-throughs of all these different sections. So if you already want to play it together, you can do that, because I know you might feel like you're getting lost, but I just run through them all here and then we put them together later. So we are on measure 19. We have a normal C chord, and the only little trick going on here is it's just that country bass pattern sometimes. She'll occasionally move that ring finger to the 6th fret. And the thumb pattern's tricky because we have this 4-note pattern. It's 5, 3, then we move that ring finger up 5, 4, then we move the thumb up 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4. Now I do it that way, but sometimes I do it the other way as well, where I make the big C, I bring this one up, and I put my pinky underneath it. And that's actually, this is a great time where I would do it, because we don't need that pinky free to add any other color or do any embellishments. So you can just play it at what I call the big C, and then you don't have to alternate that finger. All right, so you can just play it like that. And here we go, it's thumb on the 5th, pinch 4 and 2, then immediately my pointer finger hits the 3rd string. So it's thumb, thumb ring, then my pointer is gonna hit that 3rd string. And that's a rhythm, 1, 2, and 1, pinch, and then the second half of the measure is just 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So 3, 4, thumb, pinch, and 6, 3, 4, 2. Then measure 20. Slightly different. We have 5, 3, 4, 1. And you can do it with your middle or your ring. If your ring finger's strong, I do it with my ring, so everything's just in one place and I don't have to move it. 5, 3, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4, 3. And that's a really beautiful pattern in and of itself. And so some of you kind of more beginner pickers, just know that when you labor over one of these measures, it's not just to learn this one song, right? That kind of pattern is in hundreds of other songs. It's a great picking pattern. I mean, you can write a whole song just using that one because there's so much variety in it. I think I messed it up. You get the idea. You can apply that same concept of pattern to all these different chords, and it's just going to be with you forever on your whole journey. So don't feel like you're laboring putting in all these hours just for one song. Cool. Song keeps going here. You already got the main ideas. There's one tricky chord here, the B minor. It's our first bar chord. And we kind of just have to play it like this as a bar chord. There's really no workaround. And you should know this, but it's 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. And I'm barring the 2s. Then I got ring, pinky, middle, B minor, and here we go. Let's play it slow. 5, pinching 4 and 2 with thumb in middle, and now my pointer finger plays the 3rd. So the same thing we did on the C. But then here we do thumb, pointer. So there it's 5, 3, then thumb on 4, and then all the way to the 1st string. So we don't have a 3-note thumb pattern here on the B minor chord. One more time. Next measure is pretty darn similar. It's just thumb, thumb, and thumb, and thumb, and. So we got 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. Then to an A minor chord. I love the B minor, the A minor. Just the 3 to the 2 to the 1. It reminds me of Leonard Cohen's Suzanne. Just that movement, so simple, but so effective. Just not the average 1-4-5. I like it. And so the A minor pattern here in, what are we in, 21, 23. We're doing 5, then pinching 4 and 2. Then our thumbs goes to 6, and we do 6, 3, then our thumb goes all the way to 4, 4, 2. So again, our thumb pattern is pretty involved. 5, 4, 6, 4. Thumb, pinch, 6, 3, 4, 2. Next measure is really similar. It's just she doesn't move the thumb more. It's just 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. Then 25 back to a G. We've seen this before. 26, we've got a cool little walk. So on that G chord, we're doing 6, 3, 6, 3. Then we're going to lift the chord up, do open on the 5th string, 5, 3. Then I do the 2nd fret on that 5th string. G, G, A, B. Just walking up the bass notes with always that in between. 3, 3, open, 2. Really neat. 27 back to a C chord, 5, pinch 4 and 2, 5, 3, 4, 1. Next measure is very similar, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. But we lift that final note because I don't know why. I think she just did it to get to the B minor. It's a D, so no, it's actually an anticipation. We're anticipating the B minor to come. But that measure was a 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, but we lift it open there at the end. Back to the B minor, and this is basically a repeat of what we did before. It's B minor to A minor. Again, there's some variation, but throughout the whole song there's going to be variation. Here she starts it different. It's just 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. Then we have the next measure, 30, is 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 3. So a lot of variation in there. You don't need to get it exact, but it is good to learn every one of those little tricks and then just play the variation that you like best. Maybe go back and forth between 2 of them instead of doing as many as she does. Because honestly, she's winging it. When I play this, there's no way I'm doing it exactly as I wrote it, because what's the point? Subtle variation is fine. You're just playing the chords and getting close. It's not like your ear's going to hear slightly different variety. Oh, that sounded wrong. Like she's just playing different notes in the chord, right, on different strings. So then we go to 31. Here again, a little more variety. We have 5, 4, and 2, and then immediately to 3. We've seen that pattern before, but not on the A minor. And then it's 5, 3, 4, 2. Next measure. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. So she's doing more of that melody note on top. So really slow for that one. 3, 4. My fingers are thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, middle. Just hitting that C a little more on top. We're getting there, guys. 33 is a D. We've seen this idea before, right? The thumb's doing 5, 4, pointer on, 4, 3, pointer on 2. And then we shift that thumb to 5. Then the pointer's on 3, thumb on 4, middle on 2. I keep saying the wrong strings, I apologize. Not an easier way to do it. I know it's confusing. For a while I was saying the string names, but some people are like, I don't know my string names all that well. So I'm back to numbers. Whatever, we've seen that measure before. Then 34 is a little bit different. 5, 3, 4, 1. So 5, 3, 4, 1. That's thumb, pointer, thumb, ring. And then here we have 5, 2, 4, 3. And we lift the chord there on the 3. Sorry, my tab is wrong. I wrote it wrong, but that's what she's doing there. Got that 3rd string open and we lift the chord. So one more time, 34, 3, 4. And right there was your entire verse. We would jump back to measure 3 and just repeat that with subtle variation each time. Now we've only got one more part to go, and then we will start singing it and do the slow run-throughs. Ulrich Wallner. But here, the last verse, we wouldn't play all the way through. Instead, we would go to the coda for when she does the final little vocal tag. So this is measure 35 in the tab, which is free at mikesmusicmethod.com. Go there, free. What a guy, totally free. Am I nuts? But you should donate to help me buy some time to keep this great knowledge available for everybody. But more on that in the donation section. which probably already happened by now. So let's do 35. It's it's 4, 2, 3, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1. And I got thumb, pointer, then that thumb moves down low to the 5th. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Sorry, I shifted unnecessarily there. Yeah, I'm keeping that pointer finger on the 2nd string the whole time. Then doing the middle finger at the end. Next measure 36, just a variation of that. This is kind of weird, but I think I'm hearing it. I'm hearing 5. I'm hearing 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, and then 3 again, but I do it with a pointer and I lift up the chord. So the melodic notes on the same string, right? 2, open, that's all that's happening, and it's thumb, pointer. So that whole measure, 3, 4. Almost done, 37. So it's the same as the intro, right? 6, pinch, 6, 3, pinch 4 and 2, and hammer into the C chord from the G. Yep, then we end it. We put our pinky down here, so it's gonna be 6, 3, 4, put the pinky down on the 1st string. Then we lift it, back to the G chord. We've seen these kind of tricks in the intro, and then it's just 6, and then she strums the whole chord there. So from 37 really slow, 3, 4. Yeah! We'll put the vocals in next, and we'll do the slow run-throughs, are time-stamped at the end of the video, so you can practice section by section. Boom! This is a little timestamp for all you singers out there. So here is how I recommend going through a song like this. Before you even start finger picking and trying to sing it, you really want to have just a generic like chord chart to play along with. So that's what we're going to do right now. I just want you to kind of strum. I'm just doing a loose down, up, down, up. You know, I'll make it a little more involved just because I'm pretty like decent at strumming, right? And can give it some variety. But if you just want to do all downs, that's totally fine for now, because you want most of your attention to be on the singing. So put all your attention on the singing, ignore your guitar playing for a moment, and make sure you have the phrasing, the vocal phrasing with the rhythm. There's gotta be a song left to sing. 7, 'cause everybody can't have thought of everything. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet. Got a little left to the sea, one little drop of falling rain, one little chance to try again, one little bird that makes it home now and then, one little piece of endless sky. You guys get the idea. So you want to be able to just sing it with the down strums. Then step 2 is, can you do a very basic thumb pattern? There's gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can't have thought of everything. If you remember the more complicated pattern, you can do it. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet. Got a little left. So that would be your main homework for a while. Can you really sing it that way? And then you might note, like, she's obviously an octave higher, but for me to do it an octave lower, it's too low. So right now would be the perfect time to like transfer your capo up a little bit or down or whatever fits your voice. There's no reason to do it on the 2nd fret like she's doing it. Find what makes your voice sound better. That's a lesson learned. Don't pretend you're some purist and you're going to do it in the exact key as the original. It's totally silly. Don't do that to yourself. Now, once we kind of got that down, what I would do is then start to incorporate it. There's got to be a song left to sing because everybody can't have thought of everything. Where you're doing it, now it gets pretty meticulous. So I'm going to do the intro. There's gotta be a song left to sing. And that is probably going to be hard for you. There's gotta be a song left to sing. And you might be circling like certain notes in your tab, like when to sing certain syllables. There's gotta be a song left to sing. And here, like getting physical is really helpful. 'Cause everybody can have thought of everything. And I may make that like look really easy, but you might have to go super slow is what I'm saying. But where does it even happen? But everybody can have, but everybody can have thought of everything. Right, so you're gonna really go slow and try to time it exactly with what's happening. And that might take a while. So like I said, make sure you got your strumming down first before you get lost in the weeds with the finger picking. Slow run-throughs. We're going to do the whole verse. We can basically get through the whole song, so make sure you're at mikesmusicmethod.com. You got your free download, everything printed out. It is 3 pages, guys, so I know it's going to be tricky. We'll have to take a few breaks in here and sort it out. So let's go from the top real slow. 2, 3, 4. It. Sorry, and I've got to scroll. There's too many pages. I don't have it printed. Sorry. And then to 29, B minor. 3, 4. All the way back from the beginning. Guys, I'm going to do that even slower for you. Let's do it from the top. 3, 4. And here we'll finish up, and let's just finish 29 here. 3, 4. Then we would go all the way back to the intro and run, or the verse rather, and then instead of going to 16 to 17, we would do measure 16, then transport ourselves to the coda here in 35. So let's do it really slow from 35. 3, 4. Ulrich Wallner